Good evening, everyone. Hope that you are well, and welcome to this live stream where we're just going to be talking about a bit about Bitcoin. I actually want to look at Cardano ADA, obviously up 20% today, up 20%. I want to be talking about this and just like generally how one can approach these type of moves. You know, why it's moving up, where it's bouncing from, and where it could likely go. So I would like to talk about that. To be honest, it is the biggest mover of the day. Bitcoin obviously so slow today, so slow. Bitcoin literally. Yeah, so we'll have to keep our eye on Bitcoin as well, but I don't think it's going to do anything because it's been absolutely very slow all day. I suppose kind of forming like a symmetrical triangle almost, but at the end of the day, it really is painfully slow. And I don't really think there's been many trades on it. So yeah, we should have a pretty nice one this evening. I hope that you are all doing well. Let's see who we got in here this evening. Let me load up the comments. Man. Hello. Crypto Nacho, Sneaker Flips. Hello. Redworks, Deves, recognize you in the Champions group. Hello, mate. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. This guy is financially ruined. Oh no. ADA shooting to the sky. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Bitcoin technical analysis video. Yes. I hope that you're all doing very well. Yes. You all know me. You know the sayings by now. What can I say? There he is. There's the legend Younes. We want another Elliott wave count, Younes. We want to see your next Elliott wave count. Give it to us. Give it to us. But yeah, good evening, everyone. Jedi Surfer. Hello, mate. Recognized you too. A lot of people talking about the risk management. Obviously, risk management is very important in trading. Absolutely, yes. You can't trade for other people. No. Strange, some idiots press already dislike button while champions press like video. Got a like from my side before it even started. Hey, I'm so used to the dislikes now. Like, you can guarantee every video we release, whatever I release, literally period, you're going to see at least like 50, 20, 30, 40, 50 dislikes every video we make. People just love to smash the dislikes on our videos. It's absolutely fine. It really doesn't bother me. But yeah, we all of our videos get instantly disliked now. So hey, there you go. I'm so glad YouTube recommended it. Hello, Nathan. Anyway, let's try and get this show on the road. Hello, Nathan. Hello, James. Hello, everybody. Hope that you are all doing well this evening. Yeah, and we can talk Bitcoin. I feel that we're going to have a bit of a more relaxed time in the chat, so hopefully that means we can also do some Q&A. This is my second live stream of the day. I've already done this is my third video of the day. I done the public video this morning, I done a champions and contenders live stream this afternoon, and now I'm doing another public live stream. We're cracking out the content. But hey, here we are then. So Bitcoin, I mean, we're going to just talk about Bitcoin in general here, like what's happening on the charts. And, I'm always saying, in trade, well, let me ask you, let's try and have some back and forth with the people here this evening. So do you think right now there is a good trade on the Bitcoin chart? Okay, so write in the comments, and I want to interact and see what people are saying. My question to you all is, do you think there is a good trade right now in the Bitcoin charts? So where we are right now, I suppose, what's the most likely pattern that you could be seeing? You have this kind of symmetrical triangle going on, don't you? So you have a bit of, the price action really is curling up here. So do you think that you've got a good trade right now? Let me see what you all think. I'm very interested to see. So let me see. Yes. Everybody is basically saying, we've got a few people saying yes for scalp trades, and we've got the majority of people are saying no. And I think that this is absolutely correct. If you are scalping here down on like the very low time frames, the 1 minute charts, then obviously there's trades to be had. There's always these quick trades to be had. I mean, you, for example, could be looking at this in terms of your order flow. Okay, you'd have to be down here on a lower term time frame, but you can, there's definitely trades to be had. I'll show you a few examples. Like, look at this. Okay, you're obviously coming down to your CC supports, especially on this one. You come down, you get your first bounce, you come down, you get your second bounce with your PD value area low. So it's like you do obviously have trades to be had here, but what you have to remember is if you're buying $55,000 here, okay, this was, I do think this was a good trade. I honestly do. You come down to your CC, PD value area low, you have your money wrap, you come down to 3 areas of confluence, you get a really nice bounce. Okay, you get a nice bounce, but you're just coming back up into your resistance lines. So if you are a quick trader and you're happy to scalp, hey, you could have easily taken 10 trades today. And this is the thing, of course, this to many people would look like sideways chop. It looks really boring. It looks like there's no trades. But if you ask a scalp trader, I feel that you could have had 10 trades within here. Definitely, there's absolutely no reason why you couldn't. But for the people that are not interested in scalp trading, for the people that look at anything above the 1 hour chart, of course, this isn't really a good place to trade. Without a doubt, there's obviously no good trade here in terms of swing trades. And so this is where you have to try and work out for yourself. Do you enjoy scalp trading? Do you like to get in on these small moves? Or do you like to swing trade? And do you like to take that more, I suppose, I'm not going to say more relaxing, but I'm just going to say different style of approach. Some people just need to go through that process of thinking to themselves, do I have a full-time job? Where if you have a full-time job, as well as having a family and kids and other people to look after, where if you're under that situation, of course, you're going to be attracted to swing trading. Whereas if you are, if you have a lot of, if you have a lot of more time in the day, if you have a very, if you have an attention span where you need to be doing something all the time, then obviously, yeah, scalp trading is more for these types of people. If I'd say 90% of the people that watch us are more likely have a full-time job, have a family, and are more interested in swing trades. I would, literally the majority are more interested in that. So if that's the case, then obviously I would say, no, you don't actually have a trade where you are right now. You really don't really feel you actually have a trade here. Because why? Well, you're right in the middle of the range. The volatility is really low. The volume is really low. And if you're trying to enter a swing trade here, you might as well go to the casino. How many times have we said that? You just go to the casino if you want to gamble. Obviously, what you still do have this potential, which is becoming less and less favorable as it goes along. But of course, obviously, we still do have this potential head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, which could see us move up if this gets a break. But you really would want to see this break within the next few hours. Otherwise, it's just going to look absolutely ugly. But yeah, obviously, if we do break this inverse head and shoulders, we could see this move back up to the weekly still. So that would be pretty cool. And obviously, it's like I've been saying all day. You don't really have a trade here. You really do have to see higher on Bitcoin or drop down to your next level of support. It's as simple as that. And I do think you have to remain patient in these times. Some people are going to, a lot of people lose money in trading because they don't have that level of patience. Again, this is talking about swing traders. But if you are a swing trader, you do have to have patience because otherwise you're going to be entering in here. You're going to get stopped out. You're going to enter again. You're going to get stopped out. You're going to enter again. You're going to get stopped out. And obviously you don't want to be doing that, do you? So you got to have that patience to wait for those areas of confluence which offer really good trades, and you just don't actually have that at the moment on Bitcoin. You really don't. So you do have to have this patience now to wait for the increase, or alternatively just wait for it to come down lower on the charts. It really is that simple. I don't think you want to, or I wouldn't, again, no financial advice. I wouldn't want to get involved where we are here in a swing trade. I really wouldn't. So yeah, that's it. That's just my initial thoughts on the Bitcoin chart here. There's not really too much else to say. Obviously, in this morning's video, we were looking at the trend line, which I was noting the importance of. And you can see here, the trend line still is going to be holding up. Okay, so we still have this trend line support, 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 support. We've had 4 or 5 touches on this now. So we really are starting to curl up. There's the low of our trend line, and then we obviously have this high of the trend lines coming in here now as well, don't we? So we had those 5 touches of the lows, and now we have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 touches of the highs. So this is curling up, it really is, before it gets either a bigger break of a higher trend line, or alternatively, we come down and test the lows here again. So I don't really think there's much else to say here on Bitcoin. I don't want this stream to go on for ages. I just felt I'd do a quick update, do some question and answers, and yeah, that's it really. So yeah, that's my initial thoughts on Bitcoin. Should you have any questions, confusion, etc., let me know in the comments. And I do understand there are actually hundreds and hundreds of comments in here, but I'll try and pick out a few that are good. Should you have anything? Okay, so that's Bitcoin. Any questions, let me know in the comment section on Bitcoin, and I'll try and find some good ones for you. Moving on to Cardano, though, and this is the interesting one. I really do think Cardano is very interesting. You know, I could sit here and brag for 20 minutes of how I called the high and pretty much called the low of this one, but I'm not going to do that. All I'm going to say on Cardano is we obviously came up to our CC resistance, which was up at the highs. That was that top resistance of 3,200 sats. In the end, we see from the high to the low that was put in, there was a decrease of 45%. So this is just a style of trading, which I don't care about anybody's positions on this. I'm not here to try and show you anything. All I'm saying is when you come up into areas of resistance, can we all agree, whatever you're trading, whatever your viewpoint, if you are a trader, if you hit massive resistance like we did on Cardano, we can all agree that's a good time to take profits. And this is the thing, even if you are long-term bullish on Cardano, don't you still think if you could make a 45, you know, let's just say you didn't get in on everything, but 25% gain to the downside. I just don't understand, even if you're long-term bullish on it, if you can increase your portfolio size by 25%, even if you're bullish, then come on, that you got to do it, don't you? Anyway, we made our way down. And where did we make our way down to? We obviously made our way down to that high volume level. If you watched my previous video talking about Cardano, I've done 2 videos talking about Cardano. The original time where I was telling you it was a very good time to sell Cardano up at around the CC. And the next video that I done was giving you the target box of the downside on Cardano, which was between 1,800 and 1,700. So the 2 times I've talked about Cardano was talking about selling up here and looking to buy it back down here. Not financial advice, just based off of the technicals and what we had. Well, we can see in the end, we obviously did bounce off of the low 1,750. Pretty nice, no? Exactly in the middle of the target box that I gave. We had a bounce here of 30% to the upside. Pretty great bounce. And now this is what I'm going to tell you. Cardano is bouncing here for 2 reasons. I don't really want to stress this. I really want to stress and emphasize this a million times over, because it's the same thing time and time and time and time and time again. Like, this happens all the time in trading. All the time in trading. Okay, what happened here? What happened today? If you do or do not know, there was a bit of news that came out that caused this pump, but I am going to argue the case that the reason this pump happened of 30% is because we came down into our support. What do you think is the reason for this pump? I should have asked the question. What do you think the reason for this pump is? Is it because we come down to your first good level of support between 1,008 and 1,700, or was this pump caused by news? Like, I want you to truly think about this. What was the reason of this pump? Why did we start to bounce on the 15th of March when we came down right into that golden zone of support? What was just think about it. Just literally think about it. This happens time and time and time and time again. Okay. I will see what, I think I imagine I might know what people will say, but there's people, I just want you to think about it for a second. And I'm not even trying to say, hey, I mean, at the end of the day, people can believe what they want to believe. And really, at the end of the day, it doesn't affect me at all what people believe. All I can say is the way that I trade, and Yeah, that's it. But what I want to remind you all, there's one thing that I want to remind you all. If you are buying today, Cardano, it honestly blows my mind. It honestly blows my mind if you're buying Cardano today. After you've seen the news, after you've seen it pump 30%. And I know people hate it when I talk bad about Cardano. Hey, I know it. But hey, I can say hands on heart, my honest thoughts on this chart are, if you are buying Cardano today because it got released on Coinbase, I do not think you're going to be making money trading. And I would say trading is not for you. In my honest opinion, would say trading is not for you. If you are buying Cardano today after a 30% pump to the upside, trading is not for you. Why do I say this? Okay, because obviously I can say something, it doesn't mean it's true. The reason why I say this and then back it up is, think about this for a second. Show me the charts and I will tell you the news. Okay, this is a famous saying. Show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. So just think about this. We were recognizing that this was the sell box because we were at major CC resistance. We were recognizing that then this was the area to buy back your Cardano. Okay, so we've recognized the selling up here. We've recognized the buying back down here. Again, this was a 45% drop to the downside. And now today we pump 30%. And the saying, show me the charts, tell you the news. Because can you imagine this? If you're buying Cardano because of news, if you're buying it because some YouTuber is shilling it, if you're buying it because it's got listed on Coinbase today, can you see how massively late you are to this move? Like, this would be painful to be buying here, because guess what? The people that were buying back at the supports are able to now potentially take some profits of 30%. And the people that are buying the news, the people that are buying the Coinbase news, they're buying at a 30% premium in a few days. And that's why I say I had no idea the Coinbase news was going to come out today. I had no idea in the world that Coinbase was going to release Cardano today. I didn't know that, but I did know that this was a good area to buy based on the technicals, based on the CC, based on the point of control, based on your high volume nodes. Like, I recognized it was a good time to buy it. But I did not know that Cardano was going to release on Coinbase today. Of course, I didn't know this. So you can start to see now. Isn't it funny that when you start to get moves on the downside, it's always, while you're moving down in this period, there's bad news coming out. And when you move up, there's suddenly really good news coming out. So the only way that you can consistently trade, the only way you can consistently make money is by trading the charts. If you are trading the news, you are late to the move. Period. Unless you have insider information. If you are trading the news, you're late to the move. Like, 100%. And I stand by this, and I will fight for that every single day of the week. And anybody that tries to prove me otherwise, I would love to have a debate. I would love to bring someone on to the video and debate that with them, because I truly do not feel that it's possible in any way. If you trade in the news, at face value, let's just say it like this. Of course, you could counter trade and fade some of this, but if you're trading the news at face value, I truly believe that you are not going to be successful. That's my opinion. Hey, but yeah, that honestly is my opinion. If you're trading the charts, you would have known to sell up here. You would have known to buy back down here. If you were a moon boy expecting Cardano to just go up and up and up and up, hey, maybe you still make money at the end of the day, but you could have increased your portfolio by at least 30%, a very easy 30% portfolio increase. You could have owned 30% more Cardano by selling and buying back easily. And then today, like, it's moving up, great, but you could have bought it back 30% lower if you actually bought back at support. This is the thing. This is my opinion on Cardano. It really is. It's just like, hey, I'm happy for everybody that bought it, is brilliant. But I just think it's a really bad idea to start buying the highs of Coinbase listing pumps. And why do I say it's, this is the thing. This is also the thing. Maybe Cardano just does this and it goes vertically up. But what I would say is, if you buy, let's say there's 10 Coinbase listings a year, and maybe Cardano goes vertically up here. Okay, But if you get into the habit of buying these Coinbase listings, let's say of 10 Coinbase listings, maybe you will get a pump on, I don't know, let's say 3. So you're playing with a 30% probability of a Coinbase listing and resulting in a sustained move to the upside. Whereas you have a 70% chance of buying the top and it just fading. So you can see how your probabilities are very low. So yeah, there's a potential that Cardano continues up here. But we can say the probabilities are fairly low. And it would just make much more sense to trade the charts. You know, really would, no? So yeah, that's also my opinion on Cardano. I mean, I hope Cardano moves up from here. I'd be very happy for everybody that's purchased it, you know. It'd be brilliant if it moves up from here. And to be honest, I got to accept it if it moves up from here. Why? Because we literally did come back into our support. And so it would make sense to move up from here. But what I just do not think it's a sensible idea is buying up the top of a 30% move. You know, I don't see the sense in this. I don't see that this is a sustainable tactic. And hey, maybe it works this time, but one would say the probabilities are not in your favor. That doesn't mean it's impossible. That just means it is not a sensible way of trading. You know? Hey, some people would love to shoot me for talking bad about Cardano, but I think I've called it pretty well thus far. No. Anyway, yeah, that's Cardano for you. And I know I see the same story every single time. Oh, Cardano is going to be worth $100, X, Y, and Z. This is a really good time to buy Cardano. Hey, I'm not trying to diss Cardano. I'm not trying to talk bad about Cardano. I couldn't care less if Cardano goes to $1 million. You know, it really doesn't bother me or in the slightest. I don't know. I will happily admit I know nothing about the project. I'm not a fundamental guy. You know, I trade the charts. And this is the thing. I know absolutely nothing about the project. Like zero. I know absolutely nothing about this project. And I will never claim to know anything about the project because I don't waste my time looking at the technicals. But don't you find it pretty funny how I spend zero time looking at the chart? I mean, zero time looking at the fundamentals. Like, I've never researched Cardano. I know Hoskins or whatever is in charge of it. That's like the only thing I know. But you can see how I have spent zero time looking at Cardano's fundamentals. But I still called the high of Cardano and I still called the place to look to buy back Cardano. So you can see how the guy that knew absolutely nothing about the fundamentals, you can see how the technicals are running this chart now. Because how else would I be able to recognize that this was the time to sell and this was the time to buy back? The fundamentals are not, you know, I'm just trying to prove a point really, that the fundamentals didn't decipher that this was going to be the high. The fundamentals didn't decipher that this was going to be the low. You know, the fundamentals aren't deciding this is the high. The fundamentals aren't deciding this is the low. It's the technicals, like, period. It is the technicals, the charts. That's deciding why this was the high. That was deciding why this was the low. This wasn't based off of news. This wasn't based off on the fundamentals. 100%. This was all based off of the technical analysis. And I can prove that. Watch back my last 2 videos I've made on Cardano, which was selling up here, buying down here. I know nothing about the project. Absolutely nothing about the project. But hey, I can tell you how it's going to move. And if that doesn't prove to you that you need to know absolutely nothing about these altcoins and still you can trade them successfully, then I don't know what to say. I really don't. But anyway, that's Cardano. What's Ethereum doing? Ethereum obviously still bouncing around. You know, this is a thing. Look how long Ethereum spent on this CC. You obviously revisited it again, and yeah. I think Ethereum is really boring coin. I got so bored of trading ETH. Man, this thing's turning into like a stable coin. It'll be the next stable coin, it seems. But Ethereum obviously spending so long at this CC. Pumps to the daily, loses the daily, comes back to the CC again. Pumps off the CC. Man, it's turning into a stable coin. It really is. Yeah. Let's do some question and answers. If anyone has any questions, let me know. I'll try and work out some of these questions. I'll do these first because it's a lot easier to just find them. Dan, I'm a novice. I've got very limited knowledge, but $5,000 to trade. That's a lot. $5,000 is a lot to trade. Do I start with contenders or straight to champions? I have about 2 hours a day to learn. Oh, well, that's a very simple question for me to answer. So basically the guy has 5, which is a lot. I think 5k is a lot. You don't need that much to trade. You really don't need this much starting capital. But the question is, does he choose contenders or does he go straight to champions? My honest advice would be start with contenders. You know, the problem is if you go straight to champions, you know, if you join straight to champions, you're not going to have the base knowledge needed to really understand what we're talking about here. So you have to, I would say, yes, start with contenders, to be honest with you. Contenders, you can watch through all the videos that we've done. You have access to all the videos. And then once you've understood the videos, then you can go to champions, because that's when you start to understand these charts. You know, what contender is going to understand some of these charts? You know, it's unlikely a newer trader is going to understand this, you know. So, you know, if you load up this, are you going to know what we're talking about? Well, the most likelihood is that you probably aren't. So it makes sense to start with contenders. Then you actually understand the charts that people are posting or that I'm posting. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, that would be my first advice for the first question. I'd say start with the contenders. Yeah, why not? It's that's the best place to learn. Next question. Hi man, I bought some basic attention token a while ago and it's today pumped. Could you? Oh my, now this is where I can also show champions very happily indeed. If you want to trade altcoins, Mike is your guy. Mike is your guy. This guy has done, what are we on now? Like chart of the week number 8 or something, 8 or 9. Mike does chart of the week every week, and he has been on a roll. He's done like 9 chart of the weeks, 9 winning trades, and each of the chart of the weeks that he's doing, each of these alts are moving up. Well, like last week he gave seller, yeah, last week he gave seller, and this week it pumped 126%. This was 2 weeks ago, sorry. This week he gave basic attention token, yeah? So this week he done basic attention token. And have a guess what happens? Well, yeah, you guessed correctly. He also called bat before this pump. So yeah, if you want to follow altcoins, my first advice would just literally be join the group, because yeah, this is Mike, and he really is the magic Mike altcoin guy. So yeah, it's just really funny that this guy asked about basic attention token, and Mike was giving this just chart as a heads up to people, and yeah, it's got a full setup running on basic attention token. But yeah, apparently basic attention token looks really good, mate. Looks really good. I think Mike's looking for another like 20% or something gain on it. So yeah, Mike is literally the altcoin guy. I really am not, but yeah, I think apparently it's good for like another 20% move to the upside. So yeah, it looks really good, mate. And this guy, he's the same guy. Totally agree on Cardano. Would you mind looking at that? I got in early and it's pumping like mad. Trying to decide. Yeah, I think it looks pretty decent. Again, Mike's done a whole video on this today, 15-minute long video, and yeah, I believe it's got like another 20% ish to go. So let me just double check this really quickly.
Trading setup. So I have my initial position, which I've now secured with 2.
Not sure if you could hear that. Yeah, yeah, I think it's going to come to the monthly, which is about 1.649. Let me just tell you, BT bat. Yeah, I don't trade altcoins. Like all I trade is Bitcoin, so I don't actually trade any of these alts. But this looks like it's going to move to 1.8. I know, just another 5%. I think it's got another 5%. Yeah, it's probably got about another 7% to the upside, I would say, based off of Mike's analysis. I'm not going to do an analysis on it because Mike's literally done like a whole one. But yeah, apparently this has another 8% to the upside, 5 to 8% up to the upside still. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Not financial advice, but Mike has done this today, funnily enough. And that was the last question that came in here. Oh, that reminds me, while we're talking about this, 2 links that I want to share with you all here. And this is just for in case we ever get banned off YouTube, because you've seen it. there are a lot of groups that are out for our heads at the moment. A lot of people don't like what we're doing. Crazy, but yeah, we're getting banned off Twitter. We're getting reported on YouTube all the time. So I'm going to post these links to Telegram, which is just for a backup. Should we get banned on YouTube? Hey, because this is the thing. It's absolutely possible that tomorrow our channel just goes offline. You know, we are getting heavily attacked by other groups. So yeah, I put these links here and I posted this in YouTube just for if we absolutely one day just get absolutely banned off YouTube, then at least we can communicate with people. You know, at least we can communicate with people. So yeah, Telegram I put there just for if you want to join that. We're not planning on using this, by the way. This is literally just for a backup should we literally just get banned off YouTube. That's also yeah, there you go. That's what I wanted to say. What's this? Give a man a signal when you give him one good trade. Teach a man to trade and you will make him a profitable trader for a lifetime. I like that. I like that. This deserves a thumbs up. Deserves this. I like this one. It's even got the checkered flag in the background. Even had the flag going on. Yeah, I like this one. That's cool. What is the oh yeah, I'll send you the Discord link now. So the Discord link is Discord this. I'll post that there for you as well. So what other questions do we have? I'll try and pick the questions which I believe are of value. I actually do think Mike is planning to release a video tomorrow or tonight, actually, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think Mike is going to release another video tonight, maybe. So, man, why is everybody asking me about RSI today? I've had so many questions about RSI bearish week. Honestly, like RSI for me is a total meme. I would not base any trading decision off of the weekly RSI, and I really advise, in a non-financial advice way, just scrap RSI. Like, don't even look at RSI. It's such a meme. It's such a waste of time. If you're looking at the RSI on the weekly, I mean, I question, do you know what you're doing? Like, I really honestly don't see the point in looking at RSI on the weekly. It's so irrelevant. It's literally it's just absolutely irrelevant. So yeah, I'm not even going to look at it because it's so irrelevant. And I don't know why, but today I've been spammed about this question. And I've been telling the same to everybody. Don't even look at it. It's so irrelevant. It literally doesn't matter. Dario, my man Dario, I love you, mate. And I really cannot wait till I see you again. Says, I heard the talk about Cardano. What makes a trader an investor? You do not need to know any of the coins itself to have a win in technical analysis. Thank you, hands down. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I remember my good old 2018 trading days of altcoins. I used to trade altcoins a lot. And yeah, I never done fundamental analysis on any of them. I traded altcoins well. What other questions do we have? Mike is an absolute legend, so humble. Yes, Mike is a legend. If people don't like me because of my ego, Mike is your guy. Mike is really laid back. He has no ego. He's like the opposite of me. Like I am very I have a big ego sometimes, but Mike doesn't. So yeah, I think Mike's more likable than me. I think people will either love me or they will hate me. And I think everybody likes Mike. So yeah, so shout out to Mike. He's good. The Discord link I posted in the chat. Don't take profit for 1 year or you pay 30%. Yeah, I don't know. No financial advice. Hi Dan, been a contender for a couple of weeks now, but entirely new to trading. I'm not really putting any trades in yet. I do just have some crypto holding. When should I start trading? Yeah, a few weeks. If you're new to learning, if you're new to trading, and you are just getting started, 2 weeks is so little time. Really, that's such a small amount of time. I think you want to be waiting at least a few months of studying the content. So maybe once you've got 50% of the way through, then you can start to put in maybe, $10 to trade with. I don't think you need to be risking thousands of dollars while you're learning. So, stick $10 on the exchange, test out the theories, test out the strategies, see what works for you. Yeah, if you're so, and I honestly, 2 weeks is nothing. That is absolutely nothing. So, yeah, good luck in your journey. And I would say take it slow. There's no rush. There's absolutely no need to rush. Look at this. Basic attention token is still going up, by the way. Even over the past hour, it's up another 11%. This is crazy. Yeah, that really is mental. No, this thing's on a tear. That's mental. Anyway. Let's see, any other questions? How do we join the trading competition? Yes, so if you do want to join the trading competition that we have running right now, this is obviously over on Binance. I'll post the link in the comments right now. Should you want to join, that is the link. And it's very easy to join. You just go to the link, loads up this page. You can click on join. You can click sign up. And once you've got your account made, then you are in the trading competition team. So yeah, that's the link that I've posted in the chat. Should you want to join that? Obviously, the other competition that we have is the Femex one, which I'll also post the link here in the group. So we have a competition team running on Binance with a potential $1.6 million to be won, and the Femex one is for up to 2 million. I don't think this is not going to reach the top. So yeah, those are the links. Should you want to join those, you can absolutely feel free to do that. See what other questions we have in here. Why doesn't Mac operating system recognize Discord? I have no idea, mate. It should obviously be recognized on Mac and Windows. I would have thought. Yeah, I have no idea. I know we have Mac users in the group, so I'm not really sure. This guy, do we get order flow with your membership? Yes, you do get the order flow course in the membership. Daniel, what was the most defining moment in your life? Wow, that is a good question. The most defining moment in my life. Let me take a sip of my pint of water. Defining moment in my life. Wow. Oh man, I mean that's a really, really difficult question to think of an answer so quickly. I really love the question though. I love the questions where it does get me thinking, and like I don't know, it's really, really difficult to answer this one. I suppose in terms of like things that have influenced my life in terms of massive change, naturally getting involved in trading was obviously a really big thing in my life. But that's like a little bit of a boring answer now. I think maybe a few of the things that had a really big defining moments in my life, like that really changed me maybe as a person. I mean, this happened at similar times, but when my granddad died and my dad dying, that was pretty defining moments in my life, which also changed me as a person, made me really appreciate really makes you appreciate what you have and you know, although it's cliche, you literally don't know what you have till it's gone. And this is why I think it's really important to respect others, treat everybody, you know, this is why, although it's hard, I know it's hard, but this is why you want to really try your best to never end on a bad note with anybody, because you never know whether that there's always that potential that the last conversation you have with someone is the last conversation you ever have with them, period. Like, you never ever know. You literally could, like, I could die tomorrow. Let's just say I could die tomorrow. I could die tonight. And so I think for me it was just a defining moment in the fact of like, wow, like, you really need to remember that, like, your life can change in a second. And this is why there's a few important things about it. It's so important to respect and you know, really respect and love other people. Like, just love other people, period. If you live your life every day with just a genuine love for other people, and you genuinely love to interact, and you genuinely, I can't get that word out of my mouth, genuinely, because there's a difference between fakeness and putting on a show and genuinely loving somebody. But, you know, keep your friends, you know, make your friends happy, give them smiles, give, you know, your family, never, ever, 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 ever be on a bad note with your family. That's like the worst thing. Obviously, family is the most important thing in the world. So if you are in a rough patch with anybody that you love, man, you need to get it fixed, and you really need to work on it. Like, before you work on trading, get your personal life fixed. That is also really off topic a bit, but you're not going to be successful trading if you have a lot of personal issues, because trading is such a psychological game. There's so much emotions in trading that if you are going through a hardship in life, you know, if you're going through a family death, if you're going through, you know, arguments, if you're going through a really tough patch in life, and I know loads of people are, you know, lockdown, you know, mental illness, people are really, really, really struggling right now. And you know, it's obviously really sad. And if you're in that situation, I really don't recommend you to jump into trading, because it's very high likelihood that you're going to fail. Like, you really need to focus on your personal life and get that in order before you focus on trading. You know, you do have to have your priorities in you know, in match. Obviously, you know, have to have your priorities right. And your first priority in life shouldn't be trading. Your first priority in life should be building up your friendships, building up your family, you know, building up a close circle of people that you can rely on and love, you know. But anyway, the original question, yeah, I would say, yeah, those deaths were fairly important. Also, I would say, yeah, this one for me, where I also went through, I went through a near death experience myself. That wasn't even that long ago. When was that? Let's try and find this a second. Yeah, dude, this is
Wow,
it.
I just got.
So this for me was a scary moment, I suppose. Should we watch this together? I sometimes look at this video and I'm like, wow, I got so lucky. But this was obviously my car crash, not even that long ago.
Very lucky. Somebody swerving right in front of me. Oh my god. Totally smashed up. Thank God I'm okay. Wow. Oh, a bit of blood. Somebody swerved out right in front of me. Oh my god. Roof totally smashed, cars totally broke, glass everywhere. Better turn the engine off. Thank God I'm okay, but what an absolute idiot of a person. Oh my god, there's blood everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, that was pretty intense day. That was just last year, not that long ago. But that's also like a defining moment of your life, and that really does make you appreciate things even more. Like, I literally could have died, without a doubt. I got so extremely lucky in that crash, to be honest with you. Very, 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 very lucky. You know, I could have died that day. And that really does make you appreciate things. It really does. So, yeah, that would be the defining life. So nice question, mate. It got me thinking. There's your long answer. I think I'm going to be known as the guy that goes on too long. But hey, that would be the answer of that one. Any other questions? Yeah, I'm good now, though. I'm fine now. Thank you for everybody asking. Yeah, man. Thoughts on Paint token? I have no idea, mate. I have no idea what Paint token is. Honestly, that's my that's my thoughts. I have no idea what it is. I am not part of the NFT hype or any of this. I have no idea about NFT tokens, to be honest with you. The only thing I really like is Bitcoin. It's the only thing that I really trade. Are we going to look at Ethereum too? Yeah, my thoughts on Ethereum are that it's literally doing nothing. So my thoughts on Ethereum are this is a stable coin. I don't see any trades on it. I honestly don't see any real trades on this, to be honest with you. And this is the thing. I think in trading, you just have to you just have to accept that sometimes there are no trades. Just sometimes there are no trades. I can't see a trade here on Ethereum. I'm totally honest with you. And the thing is, yeah, maybe I could force a trade just to give a trade, but I honestly don't see any good setup here on ETH. I really don't see any good setup on Ethereum. And this is the thing. There's no requirement to trade it. And I cannot see any good setup here on Ethereum. I really, really, really can't. You have the low of the range. This is obviously good longs. You have the high of the range, which could be, arguably good shorts. I mean, here you are right in the middle. I honestly cannot see any trades on Ethereum. So my analysis on Ethereum is that there is nothing right now. This is a stable coin. I cannot see anything decent on this coin. Not where we are here. Not where we are here. Drop back down again to 0.3. Yeah, obviously really nice. Come back up to the daily again. You have another trade. But where we are here, I cannot see anything. And that just happens sometimes. Sometimes the chart just doesn't give you anything. You just have to be a bit patient or trade something else. Millions of assets. I can't see anything on Ethereum though. I'm very sorry. Who was your teacher of trading? I didn't have one. I taught myself everything that I know when it comes to trading. I had no teacher. Yeah, I had no teacher at all. And this is the thing. This is the thing that's quite fun. I don't know what's the right word. Quite funny. But obviously so in trading, you could specialize. Specialize the right word. You could specialize, I suppose, in order flow, Elliott waves, Fibonacci, horizontals, price action, patterns, breakouts, GAN theory. There are a lot of different things that you can specialize in, or quote unquote specialize in trading. But then I kind of I'm happy with my trading because I feel that I know that there's the saying, jack of all trades, master of none. But I kind of feel like I've mastered every bit of trading. I've mastered Elliott waves, I've mastered order flow, I've mastered pattern trading, I've mastered breakout trading, I've mastered Fibonacci, I've mastered your GAN, I've mastered the fans, I've mastered the channels. I know every single. Again, this is why people hate me, because I have a massive ego. But I really have. I have mastered each of... Well, I don't want to say mastered. That may be the wrong word. I can use efficiently, or I can use successfully and profitably. Because obviously, even myself, I recognize you can always get better. So is anybody ever the master of something? I don't think so. Because you can always better yourself. You can always improve. You can always get better. Even, I 100% think I can also improve. But definitely, there's always room for improvements. So master's the wrong word. But let's just say I can teach the theory. I understand the theory, and I can implement each of those tools successfully. So that's quite funny. But yeah, in terms of yeah, I taught myself all of it. Yeah, I taught myself all of it. And some of the things that I now know are things that I've done myself. So, for example, I would have to write a book on it because what I know, there is no book out there. It's just things that I have learned myself by studying the charts, certain strategies that I know and I've created. There is no strategy out there that teaches that. So who was my teacher? My teacher was experience, like, to be honest. Obviously, I learned originally from books. I learned originally from watching videos. But then what I know now, like, for instance, the most recent thing was my liquidation strategy. Like, that liquidation strategy was found via experience and hours and hours and hours and hours on the charts. It's not possible to read that in a book because it's literally my theory that I made. So maybe one day I'll write a book about it. But yeah, now a lot of my stuff is, you know, I've got to a level where I can make my own theory because, I don't know, I spend a lot of time and I record a lot of data. I record a lot of statistics. Yeah, so I had no teacher. Bitcoin breaking out. I think it's hard push to say this is breaking out, but yeah, I really wouldn't class this as breaking out right now. If you look at the volume, you see how small this volume is. It's absolutely abysmal. The volume is non-existent. So the likelihood that this is properly breaking out is very, very low. Okay, the volume is non-existent right now. So I wouldn't really class this as breaking out, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think that would be my tip for you. I really wouldn't class this as breaking out. I would say you need to be very careful to look at the volume. And this is not high volume. This is very, 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 very low volume. And that's not what you want to see on a breakout. You want to see the increases in volume on breaks. So yeah, I'm not really, I wouldn't really call this a breakout at the moment. Ain't no breakout. No, I don't really think this is a breakout. You want to know something really interesting? I know a lot of people already know this, but I actually am continuously doing university. So even like right now, I'm doing a uni degree. And when I finish this uni degree, I'm going to do another degree. And when I finish that degree, I'm like a collector. Some people collect Bitcoin. I collect uni degrees. So yeah, I am a uni student at the moment. And when I finish this course, so I do everything from home. It's called, in England, it's called Open University. It's literally where you do a university course online. And I don't know, I just like it because it keeps my brain active. However sad that might be, keeps my brain active. I obviously learn new things. I find it interesting. So yeah, when I get my degree, I'll do another one. And yeah, I am actually slightly undecided what I want to do as my next degree, to be honest with you. I'm slightly undecided. The one I'm doing at the moment is Spanish. So I'm currently doing a Spanish degree. So I will have a, you know, it's totally useless. I'm never going to use it in my life. But yeah, I'm doing a Spanish degree at the moment. Have a degree, yeah. So I guess I did do this before trading, and I still do it even when I am trading. And I'll do another one when I finish this degree. I want to end my life with like 15 degrees, just because why not? Thanks, Daniel. Which traders have similar styles to you then? I mean, I do not watch a lot of other people. And the people that I do watch are definitely not my style. I don't know. That's probably a better question for the community. I don't watch enough of other traders to really know if anybody else has my style. But what I will tell you, which is also pretty funny, that a lot of big channels have signed up to Chart Champions. And obviously I can't really say names. It's a bit bad of me to say names, but yeah, I think it's really likely that a lot of the big channels start using the theories that we talk about, because they've literally signed up to our course. So yeah, at the moment, I don't believe anybody else trades like we do. But I think you're going to start to see more and more people talk about the theories we talk about. Probably start using fibs more, order flow more, CME gaps more. Hey, if you can't beat them, join them, as they say. And I think that they started to hate us, and now they want to join us. So, yeah. As far as I know, though, nobody else really has my style, as far as I'm aware of. But maybe give it a few months, and there'll be more people doing our style because they're joining our courses. I'll do 2 more questions and then we'll end. So 2 more questions. This is a really good question. Did you change the way you trade when you moved from stocks to crypto? And the answer is yes. When I originally started trading cryptocurrency, I used the methods that I used on the stock market. And I found out that they worked, but I found out there was better ways to trade. Let's just say that. So yeah, my style of trading has changed dramatically. It really has. It changed a lot from when I traded stocks. And I think it's because stock market is really easy to trade. Like the stock market is the easiest market to trade in the world. Stock market is very easy. Cryptocurrency is very difficult. Okay, crypto is a lot harder to trade than... I don't want to say harder. Let's just say it's a totally different asset to trade. So yeah, my style of trading changed a lot. Yeah, it really does. Yeah, it really did. Yeah, it changed a lot from stock trading to cryptocurrency trading. And even now, when I go and trade stocks, I use a different style than I use when I trade crypto. So yeah, I personally feel if you trade crypto, it's very likely you don't trade them in exactly the same way. Okay. So yeah, to answer that question, yes, my style of trading has changed dramatically. And, you know, I also think in 2 years time, you know, let's say in 2025, 4 years time, I think myself in 4 years time will look at myself today and be like, wow, like I've also changed dramatically. I don't think I'm going to hold the same style forever. I'm always changing my style of trading. But I guess the market's always changing. So what works today, I don't think is going to work in 5 years time. So you always have to update yourself to the market, because I think it's very unlikely that something works now, it works in 5 years. You always have to be updating. You always have to be changing. And yeah, my style of trading has definitely changed from stocks to crypto. And the last question that I'll do here is, hi, in the sideways moves like we're seeing on Bitcoin right now, it is in a 1% range. What do you do? Well, I think you have a few options here of what to do. You know, if you are comfortable scalp trading, I do feel that there has definitely been scalp trades to be had in that triangle. Specifically this low, very nice, easy. I want to say easy trades. Okay. Support, bounce, support, bounce. This was fairly simple. I'm not sure if I should share these things anymore. I'll show you one example. I'm not really sure if I should share these things. I don't know. But no, I'm not going to share it because, yeah, I don't want it. But let's just say there was a trade to be had here. Very, 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 very technical. All I can say is people in our group were calling this level and it bounced. So this was definitely a level that I know a lot of the group were trading. Let's just say that. If you remember Chart Champions and you want to know the level, just Google search in the group. I'll tell you what you need to type in. I just can't load it up on stream. I just can't do it. But if you're in the champions level and you want to know the post I'm on about, just literally type into the chat 54,820. Yeah, just type in 54,820. Yeah, just type in the number into the chat and you'll know what I'm on about. But I cannot show it on this stream. But anyway, this was a really nice trade, and I do think this was a nice trade here as well. Obviously, both longs. So if you don't like trading, there were trades to be had today, even in a sideways. What many people will class as boring. Hey, there were trades to be had 100%. Thing. This was a good long 100. You know, this was a good long. This was a good long. Yeah, I'm a little bit long biased, I suppose, but just today I am anyway. And then on the medium term time frame, if you zoom out a bit, you can look at the head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders potential, where you have the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. If this forms, again, you do want to see the breakout with increasing volume. So if you break above this, you do really want to see that increase in volume, because what could happen if you break above here and the volume is really weak, can end in the fake out, which just puts you straight back down. But if you, should you get that volume increase, I think you're going to be looking back up to the weekly. And as I was showing people in my live stream earlier, if you do get a really nice volume increase, that would bring you up to $59,000. Okay, so if you do get that volume injection, volume increase, and you get through the weekly, you're going to be looking up to around $59,000. But if the volume does not come in and the break is very weak, well, it probably just ends in a fake out. So yeah, that was why volume is very, 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 very important. Volume is so important when it comes to trading. It really is. So yeah, there you go. Quick live stream. Hope that was enjoyable. Join the Binance team if you want to join that. The link's in the comments somewhere. I'll post the links again for the people that are wanting to click on this at the end. That's the Binance link if you want to join that in the comments. There's the Femex one, should you want to join the Femex one. And obviously my primary exchange is Bybit. So I love Bybit. This is my primary exchange and I am going to stay on Bybit. But for the people that want to trade the competition, go ahead. But personally, I'm too much of a fan of Bybit to leave it. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's live stream. Thank you ever so much. Yeah, I guess I'll catch you in a video in a few days' time. We do also obviously have the contenders live stream tomorrow. So we have the contenders live stream tomorrow. Should you want to see another live stream from us and like an educational live stream tomorrow, what day is it today? Yeah, it's Tuesday. I sometimes just forget what. Yeah, Wednesday tomorrow we have a contenders live stream. Should you want to join that? Yeah, for everybody else, thank you ever so much. Hope you've enjoyed. And yeah, shout out to all the legends. Shout out to all the champions. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed. That would be great, because I know we're going to have a lot of dislikes. Let's see if we can beat the dislikers. Thank you ever so much, everybody. Have a brilliant evening, and that's me signing out. Cheers. Goodbye. I love you. Thanks, everyone.